Evening, ladies and gents. Bit late, but we're here. I'm Charger. I'm with Cos. Bit of a shit start to my race. I had no steering, so I'm not in this one. How are you, Cos?
Very good, mate. I've been watching it since the start, and it's been some very exciting racing.
Yeah, I've only just caught the last 10 minutes or so. It's pretty exciting, but seemed to be any major incidents. Oh, Gabs is off.
There was a nasty accident about 5 minutes ago.
Who with?
I didn't catch it. I was chatting away with Groink in the YouTube chat and exchanging information about wheels.
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff.
reading.
And I saw there was some. I was saying to Groink up till then, the racing would be top class. You know what I mean? Side-by-side action through some of the nastiest racing tracks you want to race on, you know, and then all of a sudden commentators chaos, the two lads side by side, and they just, I think the guy on the inside just drifted a bit too wide. There was contact, and then there was spinning, crashing, other people involved, but it wasn't too bad, hopefully.
No, well, as it stands at the minute, Brandon needs to beat Speed. Where is Speed?
Speed is...
Oh, he's in 11th.
He must have pitted. Yeah, he's pitted.
Oh, he's pitted, yeah. Oh, that's probably a smart move then. Yeah, Speed needs to beat Brandon for the title. It's really tough at front. I think there's a battle going on with Roger and Rodders as well.
Roger pulled off an amazing pass on, I don't remember his name, but it doesn't seem to be in now. Anyway, he was brilliant pass. The man just made a little. Roger was driving superbly, just bided his time, and the guy in front just made a little twitch out of the corner, and that was it. Roger was gone, and Speed did the same. There's some poor chump.
Oh, got it, I can't race. The steering wheel didn't work at all.
I was going to race, even though I knew I shouldn't. Just because I wanted to, you know, stick the points in for pinners, you know, whatever. And then I realised at the front I'd be a liability, and I just ended up crashing all the time and retiring, which would be embarrassing.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly quick around there. I can get around there, you know, and without crashing, I can get around there.
I've only just learned the circuit, man. I've been learning the circuit for the past 10 years.
Oh,
and
I know
I've only
the
just
circuit.
memorised it, apart from one corner, which if you go into it too fast, you're in the barrier. There's a few right-handers in the second half of the circuit, and there's one which is really slow, third gear right-hander after a long bit. And then there's another one shortly after that, which is a fast one. If you get them mixed up, you're screwed.
You know, I've done thousands of laps on that over different sims, and I still forget. I mean, I know the circuit, but some corners are so sick, you think you're going into one and you're going into a different one. Still messing up.
Hello guys, you mind if I join you?
No, you're fine, John. How was the football?
The football was exciting until the end. I take it none of you saw that Jake Moore crashed.
No.
He crashed.
He tried to pass. He caught up with Banksy before the backstretch, and he had a better exit on that first turn after the twists, and he got up on the side of him, and he caught the grass on the right side and spun.
It was actually the accident where they crashed and people crashed into them.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was just saying to Bill that I watched that, and it was unfortunate, but...
Yeah, unfortunately though, I think it was only Speed Demon's car that got his front smashed. Banksy was okay, he can continue, and C-Sam got caught up in it as well.
There's a bit of a battle going on with Brandon and Evil here.
Yeah, but Brandon should clear him at some point.
Yeah,
I mean,
Speed's
it
going to
was-
be Speed's going to be pissed about that because he needs to beat Brandon in this to win the champion.
Well, no, I'm not going to prejudge. I mean,
Well,
obviously
he
it's
has
for the
pitted.
steward, but it did look like Speed's car kind of drifted into Banksy a tiny little bit. I wouldn't swear to it, but that's what it looked like.
It wasn't a clear fault on anyone. It was a racing.
No, it's a race. Yeah, I mean, they were
Yeah.
both side to side on a really dodgy corner.
It was a tight spot on the track, and unfortunately he caught the grass and spun around, and he
We've
was forced to
got,
wait for a long while before it could continue.
We've got Gabs in the channel. What happened, Gabs?
Pure shite. I just don't know the track well enough, to be honest. Did you see me on the first corner?
I didn't. You know what? I've spent about 20 minutes trying to get my wheel and stuff working. I don't know what it was. It never does that. I just had no steer. As you can see from the start, I just kept going straight on. I couldn't go left or right. I was in. I would have been starting in third as well.
I think the pressure got to me. I was thinking about it. Oh, I don't want to fuck it up. But then, literally on the first corner, I don't know what happened. To be honest. I just flew.
But I think a few of the battles will be settled though. I mean, Brandon is bound to win this unless Speed can get up to. He needs to beat Brandon, doesn't he? I mean,
What's
he's
happened
just
to
one.
Jake? I've missed it. I've only just joined in now, to be honest.
He crashed on the long straight trying to pass back straight, trying to pass Banksy. Caught the grass on the right side and spun around.
I'm trying to work out how far back he is. Yeah, it must be a minute.
Speed is on 11th.
Well, it's roughly, well, with no damage, pit what, 30 seconds?
If it's just aero, it doesn't really take much longer, so he might get away with that early pit, but it's whether he's got enough fuel.
Yeah.
Fuel-wise, it will be fine. I mean, you can drive about an hour, 15 minutes fine with a full tank when you don't have increased fuel speed. So that will be fine. But I think it will too much time lost. Brandon's in the lead now. He's going to have a clear path ahead of him. All he needs to do is to finish the race and don't do a mistake.
I don't know. Never discount Speed, man. He could pull a fucking rabbit out of his arse.
I'm surprised Banksy can see with all the steam in his cockpit after losing second place.
He's doing all right in fourth.
Yeah, I know, but he was second.
Yeah, the GTR seems to be okay on this track. It has a higher speed, so it does fine.
I was amazed. I was saying to Grink as well in chat how I'm surprised, amazed how well CSAM's driving that Bentley around here. It's just he's on it, like.
Yeah, and it's not really a track for the Bentley either, since according to CSAM, the strength for the Bentley lies in the turns, and it's not so good on the top speed side of things. So
got some acceleration there.
Yeah, it does, but he also was a bit unlucky. He caught a penalty on the pit stop, so he had a drive-through.
But yeah.
So he's battled with Dave Crew for the 5th place, isn't he? And that looks to be
Whole Dave Crew's been doing well.
Yeah, what's the status there? I mean, Dave needs to finish, 3 places ahead of CSAM?
I'd have to pull the stats up. Oh.
Yeah, but Dave Crew haven't done his pit stop, so I suppose that will go. I mean, he has speed behind him, and that's not gonna last.
I've lost picture of you guys. Got pictures or something? There's an ad break or something.
Probably an ad break on YouTube because I got a picture.
Little spot plugs.
Currently,
the FX streaming this.
Yeah.
Looks like is it reset or something.
Just, I think press F5, it should come back. Yeah, Speed's already got 2 races missed, so this is a critical one for him. Brandon has done all the races, so he's going to drop his 2 low, so I know that those 2 are fine. but I think Rigel and Rodders.
Yeah, Rodders put up a status on the Discord earlier today where he basically said that Rigel is 6 points behind Rodders.
Yeah.
So he needs to finish 3 places ahead of Rodders. And that's a bit hard as Rodders is number 2.
I'd say Brandon's the clear winner so far, is he? Hayden's having a terrible race. I saw him scraping along the barriers for about 200 yards a couple of times.
Yeah, there were some close racing there for a while between Hayden, Audi, FX, and Manley.
Yeah, I was watching Hayden, and every time the camera's on him, he seemed really twitchy. Like out corners, really twitchy. Straight lines, really twitchy.
Because where the lag in it.
Yeah, when it comes to
course.
Hayden, the lagging induces a lot of.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He's the one from New Zealand, isn't he?
Yeah, his experience is not exactly as it looks to us. So what happened to Audi? I mean, he
just got disconnected.
Disconnected, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Hello, Tiger.
So we got a whole commenting crew. There's soon more people commenting driving.
Devil dogs.
Yeah, we've got older people that can't race, or didn't race, or wanted to race.
Too scared to race.
The ones that choose to watch football instead of
Such a
racing.
shame. Sorry I couldn't join you earlier. I'm afraid I had visits.
No, what, you killed them and buried them. That's the way to do it.
You
I
can't
So,
yeah.
yeah, I said have to kill you.
was just reading that league info. Yeah, Brandon's 2 points behind Speed. So yeah, Speed's basically gonna at least come behind Brandon, I think, to win. Rigel 6 points behind Rodders, and if Rigel can finish 3 places ahead of Rodders, they will draw, which at the minute isn't looking like. Alright, it's only what, 4 seconds, 5 seconds behind. Right.
Yeah, but Rodders number 2. I mean, there is only so many places in the race.
I was just going to say, yeah, it would mean that Rodders would. It would mean Rodders
You need
would
place
have to
0,
come-
you know.
So there's
have to
the
come
top
fifth.
7. Sorry, Bill. Sorry to cut across you there. I was just going to say the top 7 don't look like they've pitted yet. Whereas Evil, Jake, C-Sam,
Could make it
Madley,
interesting, couldn't it?
H-Tune, yeah, they've all pitted, so they could be swapping around.
Yeah, and they've done more than half the race as well.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a benefit pitting early or late will be on this track because, I mean...
It's all down to tyre wear. I've noticed that if you try and pit early and get a head start, you end up with ridiculously worn tyres at the end of it.
Brandon's pitting. Oh.
Yeah, but a lot of the speed on this track is straight line speed, and I don't think there will be a huge benefit on running.
No,
I
you need
think with
so
pitting
many.
on this, I think it's more down to if you get damage. That's when you
Yeah,
pick.
most of the people pitting early has been involved in accidents.
Yes, exactly. So they're governed by that. Obviously, if you crash, you need to fix it. Sorry,
Yeah, the aero damage is really punishing on this track.
And also tyres, like I say, you know, there's so many twisty, fast corners that if your tyres are, the lads who pitted early, now they're going to be struggling at the end of the race,
Yeah,
not
but,
to slide off.
but that's
think
better than
tyres
pitting
would be-
twice.
Yeah, I don't think the tyres will be an issue, to be honest. They don't go off more than 50% over an hour, so I don't think it'll be a major issue. Damage, as you said, will be the major issue going off.
Wonder if Dave realized that he needs to pit again because he caught damage quite early in the race and did a pit, but the pit window wasn't opened.
Oh shit, that's true.
Damage
So-
should...
So
Damage.
he might be caught out actually and get a 90-second penalty.
No, because if the pit window isn't open, you can still pit for damage. You just can't pit for tyres.
You can still.
My
pit.
point is he already had a pit stop and it was at such a time he could have enough fuel to run the race, but not realized he pitted outside of the window.
I just noticed Hate's tune there has a lot of damage on his front left, which could be rubbing his tyre. Did you get punctures in this game?
No.
No, that's handy.
But I think you can't.
It's very rare.
Very rare. Yeah, you'd have to really shred the tyres.
It'd be smoking like shit as well if it was touching the tyre.
Actually, when you say it, I remember we did have punctures when we did the RLM race a while back with twice DTMs and twice tyre wear. Some people actually had exploding tyres, but they could still get to the end.
I've actually lost the wheel in the crash. I didn't know that was possible either. I think it was the last league.
You used to be able to lose. The old Toka games, you used to be able to lose all wheels. I used to spend my time mucking about, crashing to barriers, trying to lose all my wheels.
Don't lie. You were trying to race and that just ended.
Crashed, yeah. Story of my life.
Like me. What's the thoughts on the next league? Has anyone said anything about it?
Yeah, I'm not using the fucking Porsche.
I hope we're not doing GT3s again.
No, it's not going to be GT3s. I think if we run a league in GT3s, that'll be on ACC when they've sorted their shit.
They've updated that today, haven't
Yeah, I think they've tried to fix the
they? Crashing.
The RWB.
crashes.
Oh, crashes, alright.
Has anybody got access to the race director? I've loaded it up.
No, you crack on. You do that.
Yeah, no, I've got the race director up and running.
Yeah, you can do that. It's no point in any of us doing it. Just get confused.
Well, that's interesting. Rodder's managed to stay in fourth after the pit. Yeah, interesting. Jake's moved
Yeah,
up
but Bean
to
haven't
sixth
pitted yet. Bean's gonna come out.
No, oh yeah, well Bean's not
No,
really in the
but-
mix, is he? You know, like you've got Dove, Evil, Rodder's, Aig, Jake Moore on his, breathing down his neck.
Yeah, but fucking hell, Jake was in 11th. He's in 6th now. I said, don't discount him, you know.
No, that's what I mean. He was in 11th, and after the pits, like I said, they all swap round after the pits because the guys at the front and top half hadn't pitted, the bottom half had. So Jake went from 11th to 6th because the lads in front.
He's about 33 seconds behind Brandon.
It's like H-Tunes catching Dave Crew.
75 behind Rising Low.
Is damage turned off? I know we can see
No, it's on.
No,
see
it's not.
cosmetic damage, but is mechanical damage?
Yep, you can
Yep.
damage your engine.
Full damage. And the thing is, if you repair damage, you can't fix your engine, only aero. So if you damage your engine, it's pretty much racing.
Yeah, and it's really punishing as well here because it affects your top speed, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Beautiful skin on that Kyle Rogers.
That AMG looks just sublime. It's the best skin by far on all the cars.
He's just a sycophant. He just likes to stare at himself in the bonnet.
Yeah.
Don't call him Mr. Smug for nothing.
Twizzling his
There you go.
mustache.
Do wish though they added a feature where you could preview the skins a bit better than like currently it's just a sideways picture, you know, when you select the cars.
Should be able to create your own skins these days. Did it back in Auto Sport, they did it back in the days. Good.
By now they should have like an upload, like a program. Say
Yeah.
all of us upload our skins, and then instead of just me seeing it in game,
Exactly.
say you upload a skin for your car, I can see that.
Yeah, they should have something. I say they should. It's a bit presumptuous, but a good system that iRacing has is the old trade-in paints, which is which makes sure everyone sees your skin and you can choose your own skin. And of course, SRS have got their system as well, which works very well. It's just a shame that some sims don't take that on board.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's another
it is.
issue. You mean you can't discard the copyright issue even on skins in a game?
So what they used to do, they used to implement that in Grid Autosport. You could create your own scheme, everyone could see it. But I think how they got around a copy of that thing was by you had slots where you could advertise different parts and components on your car.
Bean seems to be keeping good pace in the lead there, doesn't he? I mean, Brandon's
Yeah, I
not
was just
catching up
gonna
a lot.
I was going to say he's got 30 seconds on Brandon. I mean,
And it's
obviously
been
he's
having
got-
that for like the whole lap.
Well,
he's gonna come out in the top 4 though, isn't he?
Well, like
Bean's
you.
last lap was an 8:09, fellas, and Brandon's was an 8:10. So
Ooh.
he's keeping his distance.
809 is a good time.
What lap time's his speed putting in?
Jake's last lap was invalidated, but his average is an 8:04.
5 seconds a lap. Ooh.
Can you hear me or not?
Yes.
Oh, fuck me. Right, bye-bye.
5 seconds a lap is not enough.
Oh, you're talking over the stream, that's what I wanted to say. Can't hear just all you lot mumbling.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to mute the stream.
we're on the stream, yeah.
They're commentating.
You're not.
What?
Don't worry about it, it's too late. Bill, if that comes to you, you ring me.
I'll talk to you about that after, yeah. I don't know why that's done that. I don't know why Fanatec have done that.
No, I
Yeah,
don't, but if it does, just ring me, please. Yeah, no, I'm alright, I don't want, I'm not interested. See you later, mate.
See you later.
I don't mean that horribly, I'm not just going there.
And that was pinpoint.
Thanks, Ben. It's great to see you. Wanted an interview, but next time.
Flores is hunting evil.
Pinners is in a flat because his load cell broke on his Fanatec pedals and he's lost without.
I actually think mine are in the way out. I've had so many problems with my pedals lately.
Do you really need it on these? I mean, you just press and wait for the ABS anyway, don't you?
No, I mean, it wasn't registering.
Oh,
I had no brakes. I'm going to strip my pedals down, I think. Just give them a service.
Dust is the enemy.
So, oh, no. I thought we were watching Bean.
He's catching.
So Mark's Bean, Mr. Bean, his last lap was 9:04. Sorry, an 8:22, but Brandon's was a 9:04.
Yeah.
Brandon's just passed
think
him.
he-
Brandon did a pit stop.
Yeah.
That would make sense, yeah.
Bean must have had an issue because
I think
Brandon's
he's
just
in the
passed him.
pits now, isn't he?
Oh, he's in
Bean's
the
in
pits.
the pits, yeah, because his time has gone down. He's actually going to be behind Brandon when he leaves it, so.
Will he come out in front of Rigel?
I doubt it.
He should be around Banksy and FX.
Jake's just done a 8-minute
Whoa.
8-minute flat.
That
8
is a
minutes
quick lap.
7:66.
Bloody aliens, man.
And
So
to
he is-
give you an example, you know, our man Rigel in his he's obviously spent too long pulling over and just checking his hair in his bonnet because he's just done a 9. That gives you some sort of idea, and none of those are hanging around. So, and if there to be a minute gap, albeit a long circuit, that's fairly significant.
I think Rigel pitted. That, I think.
No, Rigel's been on the track for a long time. He pitted early, quite early,
Yeah.
but he hasn't had any accidents since he had his spin in I think it was after about 20-25 minutes. He had a bit of an accident.
Looks like Beans are still in the pits. He must have some damage.
Jake's up to 5th now, and 8-9 seconds closing on Rigel.
Jake is only 2 seconds behind Rigel.
Yeah.
He's a sixth.
He's
But
got the
Mercedes
bit
is
between
not
his
that
teeth.
easy to pass, though. Good acceleration, good top speed.
He's not going to do it though, because I mean, what is it, 8 seconds? You've got probably 4 laps. It's going to go in 20 seconds. How far behind is it? It's a good 30,
2.
40 second.
Yep, 24 minutes, it's what, 3 laps? That's 5
Well,
seconds.
it'll
That's 15.
it'll be 4 laps because they'll cross the line probably with minutes to go. So it'll do probably 4.
So that would be about 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't
Catch
think
it.
I don't
That's
think do it.
too much.
Well, Evil's 23 seconds behind Brandon. Rodders is another seconds behind Evil. Oh, Rodders catching it.
So what's the bonus
33.
points for the fastest lap?
1 point.
And the difference between first and second place?
The distance between first and second.
Yeah, how many points
Oh,
is first place and second place?
Right. Yeah, if Speed gets a bonus, I still think. Well, Brandon is 2 points behind Speed. So if Speed gets that bonus lap, he's going to be 3 points behind Speed. First place is 40 points. If Jake can get into third, possibly.
Well, we're riding with Rigel at the minute, looking at the back there, and we can see Speed catching up.
Oh, he's
And he's,
catching him, closing in.
I got a
He's
feeling,
closing in significantly.
off the top of my head, roughly with guesstimated maths, I'd say if Speed gets into third, he's going to be about a point behind Brandon for the win.
Gonna look up. And also, what's the lap time between Rodders and Jake?
They're really close. So Rodders and Evil are really close together.
Yeah, I think.
And also, Jake pitted early, so he will have 1 tires at the end.
Well, he's going to pass Rigel by the looks of it.
First place is 45 and second is 42. So that's 3 points alone.
So the question is, can Jake pass Rigel and gain about 13 seconds to pass either Evil or Rodders?
Evil's 28 seconds behind Brandon. So if he passes Rod, it's going to be about 40 seconds behind.
I think it will have a tough time catching 15 seconds on Rodders as well. He will have 1 tires at the end here.
I think he'll catch Rod. It's going to be close. If Jake gets into third, there's going to be a point in it, I reckon. He'll be gutted.
Evil's doing a good job in that GTR on second place.
Yeah, he's really got that dialed in. That car's hard. Unless you've got it tuned well, that car's quite hard to drive.
Helmet was talking about that when we started to play this game. He got it to be okay, but he never would have thought to tune it that way, as he said. But I think the car had a update since then.
It's a lot stronger in ICC, I've noticed, the Godzilla. It's quite a strong car in that game. It's one of the top 4, I'd reckon.
All the cars seem a bit stronger in ACC.
In ACC, all the cars seems viable, don't they? I mean, there's
What am I-
much difference.
Yeah, I was watching Nicky Thim though, and he tested all the cars, and he was like, the Audi, the Lambo, the Ferrari, I think he said was the best, the quickest, and the GTI said it was one of the easiest to drive. Pointer went where you wanted it to. Slightly different in our area.
Evil is driving the SS section quite well.
Justin had a nightmare at the start, and I think he had like 3 drive-through penalties.
Oh, no.
I think he had at least 2 anyway.
Looks like Jake's right up the whole of Ride. You skip to that race?
Yeah, let me take control of the director. It's on auto at the minute. We're looking for Jake.
Yeah, I thought you was. So.
We'll ride in with Jake then in the cockpit.
It's not close enough.
I don't know.
Looking back
Mercedes
from Nigel.
is
It's catching him.
He is catching it.
it's not fast enough.
Yeah, he's going to run out of road. What a shot.
That was beautiful.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh, he's getting the inside. Will he make it?
Woo!
Oh no, Rigel's not giving enough space for that.
Nigel keeps no, so I can tell you that from experience.
He's like Kimi Räikkönen, you know. I give you space, but not enough to go fast.
Jake will get him around the circuit, I think. But as you say, Rigel's not going to give way. He'll make him work for it.
Anyone can do it. Speed can.
Yeah, but it's not easy to get past Rigel in that Mercedes.
Man, it's not easy to get past Rigel for anybody in any car. If anyone can do it, Speed can do it.
And that's
It's close.
that was close. Bit of a bad entry there for Rigel. It's just a change of rhythm, isn't it, to enter the race track part of this this lap.
That Z4 is just... It's super quick in his hands, isn't it?
It is, but it almost
Got a lot there. Or sniff.
It seems to be lacking a little tiny bit on the top speed, not get exposed on this track with the extreme long straights. It's not bad on the acceleration and getting up to speed, but it just seemed to have, you know, like 2-3 less kilometers per hour on the straights than the fastest ones, like the AMG and the especially the GTR and the M6.
Focus of Rodders and Evil, so
yeah, I was about to
someone
say, I mean,
poke me
Rodders
to go take a look.
I think we should have a look at that as well. I mean, it's only one point.
Let's take a look at Rodders. Yeah, so here Rodders is chasing Evil there, between 1.1 1.4 seconds. Fair bit of distance there.
Rodders is fast in that beam, he'll catch him.
Do you think Rodders is happy sitting in third though? Because he's still in front of Rigel, so he's only competing with him really.
Yeah, I mean, Rodders has his spot safe on third place still. I mean, Rigel needs to be 3 places ahead of him, which is not possible.
No.
The closer battle though undoubtedly is between Jake and Rigel, Speed and Rigel, so flipping back to the rear of Rigel.
Keep that door closed.
Well, he's giving no quarter, and nor should he. So yeah, quite right. I mean, the onus is on Jake to pass him safely, not for him to give.
Hard track to pass on, especially if you know it's it's not really an overtaking track. Well, he's going to go for it now, by the looks of it.
All comes down to the second exit of this straight. And who has the best grip in the turn at the end of it.
Rodders now just over half a second, 700ths, 800ths behind Evil, so he's closed a little bit, but I think this two is as close as you can.
Yeah, but you can see Evil pulling away. They're probably on a straight where the top end speed of the GTR clicks in. But if you can keep a second behind, you might be able to catch him on a long straight.
See Sam closed on Madly.
See, Sam's not doing too good on this league now. He's had his Mustang cut away from him. He was absolutely rapid in that thing.
Yeah, he had some unfortunate accident this league, Caesar.
Master in the Bentley, see Sam, isn't he?
He's a good driver.
Sublime in that thing. It looks so nice on there as well.
He doesn't pick the easiest car to drive, does he?
He's French, what do you expect? Look at the
Going to be difficult.
French do it differently.
I remember Speed was it RLM or one of the leagues? He drove the NSX just because it was the worst car and he wanted to prove a point with.
He did, yeah. He did alright, yes, right?
I did very well, yeah. It's a nice car. Well, I've driven it in ACC, I haven't driven it in any other.
Oh, bit of a twitch there by Madler.
So what's happening with Jake now? He's almost 2 seconds behind Rigel.
Yeah, I think he had a little,
Maybe his tyres are
a
going.
little take there.
Madley might also have pitted early.
This is what I was saying earlier on about those that had pitted earlier on. Their tyres will be going off now.
Yeah, Madley was very unfortunate. He had a spin right before the, or was it on the actual start stretch there?
And it looks like Speed's dropped back a bit as well.
Interestingly enough, Brandon on the last lap there done the fastest time of the race so far at 7:57. 7:57.
Jesus.
Whoa.
That's right.
And yeah, you know, to give some context there, Jake done an 8:01, Speed done an 8:01, Rodders done a 8:03.
What's the fastest time on the leaderboard?
740 something. I think it's 743. Yeah, it's
Jesus.
crazy people. I think the M6 actually is the fastest around it.
Well, that 757 that Brandon put in, that's in the Corvette. It's not a, you know, it's a heavy car, that thing.
Corvette's not great over the curbs either.
I don't know what they've done to it, but I mean, I drove it recently in Project Cars,
That's
one of the games.
interesting
Just felt
choice.
So,
Line through the turn by
I'm
Caesar.
just thinking that, yeah, he went the pussy line.
Pussy line.
Yeah, I've moved over to Rodders now, right up the chuff of
Oh, he's
all over
close.
him, and he's like a nun in a cucumber field. All over him, any day of the week. None in a
Just saying,
cucumber
he might
field.
slide on the inside of him on the racetrack.
just like to say, RWB takes no responsibility for the contents of this stream.
Yeah, Rudder's going to pressure.
Oh, wide there by Evo. We got him lined up now.
And while we've been watching Rodders, see Sam has taken Madly, but quite right, we stay with these two up at the front here. Well done, see Sam. But Rodders he's hanging out of him, isn't he? He's waiting to pounce any minute.
He's quite close. This right
Got
hander
to flick
is
to Jake.
not a
Got to
good turn
flick
for
to
them.
Jake.
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. At 1 minute, at
No
one point
worries.
there, it was 1/10 of a second. I just managed to flick, so I think we just missed a slight.
Probably a different
It's like
braking
screw up,
points
yeah.
at the hairpin there.
Yeah. And that's surely going to be one of his main tactics to try and get around Rigel, isn't it? Just brake later. I mean, it's such a, as you said, such a fast track with no real sort of clear areas to go past
Gonna be
Rigel.
difficult to-
Look at that
there
on
you
the
go, there you
inside.
go.
Oh, but you know what? Fair play. He, yeah, he come off the gas and take the position again. So, yeah, that wasn't really a dive.
No, he was alongside him before. he turned started,
Rigel
so
closed
that's
the
okay.
door anyway, so he wasn't going through.
That's the point that matters, isn't it? You get alongside before the turn starts.
Oh, Rodders is catching Evil a lot there. That's Evil's made a mistake.
Yep, Rodis is pausing now. He's side by side. No, he's not.
Look at that. Good grief.
The braking.
All over him like a fat kid on cake. Bloody hell.
He was using all of his one moves.
Oh, he's gonna get.
He was in his 1 times table
It's
there.
not the best place to pause, though. I mean, it's bumpy, tight, and you need the driving line.
Speed's dropped back to nearly a second behind.
He's looking everywhere, isn't he?
I know. He must have better tyres.
The GT3 isn't that good on the turns.
Yeah, but Speed's been owning it up till now. I'd say his tyres are great. I mean, Evil. I'd say his tyres are great.
The M6 is just so planted. You can run full wing and not lose top speed in that thing.
Could he get any closer?
No. I mean, 2 flies can kiss on the bumper now.
Even the architects of Machu Picchu couldn't compete.
He's so.
Oh, he's gonna get around. Was on the curb.
On
Fatal
the inside.
mistake. He got away with
Put it
it.
on the inside up there and it'll throw you off. He's got him along there, look at that.
Yeah, he's gonna
See,
get
he's
it
got him
On the
inside.
inside, but Evil's got the inside for that tight right-hander.
No, but he's gonna pause him on the. Oh.
He won't, he can't, it's too tight.
But the next one, if he can get on the inside now, yeah, the next turn is a left-hander.
He's got him, yeah.
He's got him.
I think. Oh, this is a
Oh,
battle
there's
of
a touch.
top end. I think he's just got him there. Look at that, like a priest in a choir club. All over.
Shadow.
Ooh, but it's not done. It's not done. Oh, Evil's gonna get the inside.
Evil's no slouch. He
Don't
won't
crash!
give up.
Don't crash! Don't crash!
This one. Oh, beautiful battling.
Absolutely fantastic battle between these
I
two.
know, man. That's stunning.
That was
Two-
beautiful.
two
Dropped
really
behind,
good
got
races.
got the drafting and passed on the inside of that turn.
Well done, Resident. Well done.
It's going to put Rodders off now. Rodders thought he got past there and he's going to be flustered now. He'll be careful
Yeah,
not to make this.
Yeah.
Rodder's the one with things to lose here as well. I mean, Evil has nothing to lose.
No, I don't think Rudder's got anything to lose because Rigel's behind him, so I don't think that's a major problem.
Yeah, but the
spins
pressure
out
is
13 seconds is nothing.
exactly. If he spins out under pressure from frustration, trying to get by Evil, there's that pressure on the back of his neck.
You saw how easy it was. I mean, Jake and Banksy are both very seasoned drivers, and Yeah, caught the grass and
Yeah.
spun out.
It was a tight corner as well. I mean, I think.
No, that was on the
reason-
straight.
Was it? I thought it was.
Yeah. It was at the start of the back straight, right after that right-hander you do in low third
It
or high
was a different
second.
accident. I'm talking about a different accident. There was a downhill curvy bits, and there's a couple of people who look like two black cars. But
Looks like Banksy is right up the chuff of our FX there. Let's give him some screen time. Let's see how he's doing. Yep.
So how far away are they from the straight?
So lap times FX putting in out of interest because he's pretty good round it.
FX, his fastest lap has been an 8:09, and his last lap was an 8:09.
It's not bad.
he likes this game though, and he's getting very good at it.
Yeah, I don't like him anymore because he's beaten.
You should pick a better car.
And he's a posh twat as well.
It was a bit unfortunate because in the last league we had, the Porsche was okay.
I know. It's not one of the reasons I picked it. I picked it because it's stuck. I just didn't realise how off pace it was, especially on certain tracks. It was okay on others.
Yeah, but it was
Rodder's
like
got
1,
the
2 races in.
slipstream.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's alright. I just slipped one in there. Rodder's got the slipstream.
In the cockpit with Rodders.
Ooh, he's gonna get him.
He's got
Or
it.
is he?
Jesus, Eva's not giving up, is he?
No, I told you, man. He won't give up so easily. He's going to push up. And he's another seasoned driver.
Oh, they had an epic battle in the IndyCars and Project Car when we played Project Cars 2. We did the IndyCars around Spa. That was a fantastic battle between those two.
He's got the inside.
Too far behind. This will be the last lap as well, won't it?
Yeah, 5:28, yeah. Quick flick on to Brandon. Let's have a quick look where that bloody great big
Speed's
Corvette.
past Rigel as well.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
A lot of passes happen here because Banksy got past FX as well.
Beans is up to 6. He's comfortable lead over Banksy.
I think if Speed can get into third, he's got a chance of maybe drawing. It's a point or a draw, but
11 seconds on a lap. That means
he's not going to do it unless Rodders fucks up.
that means Evil and Rodder's gonna be pissed off at each other if it happens. Meaning they will have an accident. There we go. That turn is not good for the GTR.
Rodders takes it. There you go.
Yeah, now we have him.
Yeah, he's got to hang on to it though.
He has got
Yeah,
to hang on to it, and of course he's got 10 seconds to Jake, who's now got a bit of free air in front of him. And as we said, Jake wants third. Well, he's got to get past Evil, and we've seen how long it's taken Rodders. You know, Evil is going to make himself wide.
Yeah, and Rodders need to make some ground on this twisted section here because Evil will gain on him on the stretch after. There's 2 stretches after this, and he will be right back at the back of him off grid.
GTR's got longer legs on the straights, you think?
Yeah, GTR, I think it has the highest top speed of all cars on this track.
Yeah, I think Banks was on about that the other night. Give it a long enough straight, you'll get the best speed.
We'll pull the top 3 in and Speed as well because he's going to be rage. You can interview them, Tiger.
It's a bit of a tricky track to do the setup of your car as well, isn't it? It's quite bumpy, so you want it soft at the same time. You have high speed turns where you need it a bit stiffer to...
I was going to say on the Porsche, I was playing around with stiffness because it tends to bounce around some of the curbs, you know, and the turn. So I think probably a little bit of maybe stiff and lower You've got to be careful you don't overdo it.
Yeah, you want your rebound setting on the dampness to be a bit higher, so you have ground contact at the same time. I mean, you have some turns where there is a bump in the middle that can, you know, lift off your rear tires and you spin out, so it's not easy.
Yeah, Audi made a good point of softening your fast bump and specifically so that you negate those kind of shocks through the stiff bumps. Soften up the bumps a bit and maybe.
And how much do you race the car, because you can hear it scraping all the time?
No,
Brandon, even though we've only got 2 minutes left of the race, fellas, Brandon has just put another lap in of a 7:58.
Not letting up, is it?
And I think his spaceship is just landing for him.
Free probes for everybody.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that with clean air in front of him, and he's sliding them out all over, isn't he? Yeah, it's, not only his tyres are gone, he's probably got hardly any wing on as well.
Well, I've just worked out Brandon is actually on, when he drops his 2 races, Brandon's on 218 points and Speed's on 220. So yeah.
Crikey. Predator versus Alien.
So if you say, well, Speed hasn't got the fastest lap, has he? Brandon has, so he's actually it's 219, 220. So.
What you saying? Speed has 220 and Brandon 219.
Yeah. So basically Speed had to beat Brandon.
Who does Brandon race with? Is he a lone wolf or does he race with somebody? Give him some credit.
Brandon races with SRO, but he's also got a Discord called Unleashed Drivers. They do a lot of good videos, informative, videos.
It's Brandon and Hayden, isn't it?
Brandon and Hayden, yeah.
Wonderful. Really, really good.
They're both from New Zealand, or?
Yes.
Alright.
Both good drivers.
New Zealand? Crikey, what time is it there? 10 in the afternoon, morning?
Imagine the logistics of getting a ping across from there to here. I mean, technology, man, you've got to respect it.
I actually say that. I mean, but Brandon and Hayden are still RWB members as well. They've got the fingers in all sorts, so they race anything that's going. So I think it just
Hayden's
courses through the
10 in the morning, he's saying.
10 in the morning. How's he typing that while he's racing?
He's not racing, he's 3 laps behind, I think.
Okay.
Tired. So basically it's a morning coffee and morning piss and then race we go. Breakfast after.
You can eat a bacon butty while you're driving.
Yeah, one had the driving automatic gears, no problem.
Breakfast roll at 6 in the morning over here.
What we're looking at here, that's Evil.
We're looking at the back of Rodders onto Evil, who's fluctuating between a 600ths and a second behind. But I flicked him because there was a fairly long straight earlier, and as you said, that Godzilla, that machine there has got some big top end speed.
It does, I mean.
A bit close, get the slipstream as well.
Yeah, as we're
on
coming
the
on
last
to the
turns now
main
before the stretch, aren't we?
Yeah. Let's see.
Hayden, put your link to Unleashed Drivers, because I know you'll do a video on this later in the week for an overview of it. So
we'll see him catching. See the speed of that GTR.
Yeah, and he's eating that time, eating it up, but is he going to have enough length, do you think?
Nah, the downhill will help the M6 on the top here. Oh, don't. Oh, he might actually catch him.
He's got to get by him though, yeah.
Yeah, but the downhill, he reaches.
Oh, look at that closing speed. It'd be worth watching those two the whole race just for the sheer fucking back. Pardon my French.
It'd be funny if there was another lap.
Alright, they did a
Very
Oh
well
shit,
done.
there's another lap!
Oh, switch to Rigel as well. He does the same thing.
Oh, smash!
Oh,
Smash!
that gives Speed a bit of a spin.
And in comes Mark Bean down the
And
back
Bean's
straight
doing
there.
well.
Mark's last, Mr. Bean's last lap was an 8:10. Brandon's was a 7:59. That gives you some sort of idea there. Okay.
Yeah, Bean's done a lot better in that Beamer than he did in the Porsche. This is a Beamer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a 4 that.
Yeah, he did he didn't even use the Porsche, he used the other one. Which is
Rough,
his one.
was it?
Rough.
Yeah, the rough, yeah. Rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used that one and it was crap.
I remember I was looking for it. We can't buy it anymore.
Oh, no,
so.
Mr. Bean. And that's right with Banksy.
Yeah,
It's
respectable
slight as
seventh.
well.
Banksy's done well, holding it together.
He'll be pissed though. He was second at one stage of that accident.
He's probably smashed his dash to bits with his whole crotch.
Oh yeah. So his drag on
Sam
instinct.
back straight with the big Bentley.
Props to H-Tune as well. He's finished the race and he's done well. Like when he first started, he had no confidence at all, but he's really come on.
Good to see Sam in the last section.
Looks so nice, that Bentley, and Sam just drives it so well. Pleasure
Very well,
watching
yeah.
him drive that thing around there.
H-Tune into the last section.
There's not a huge gap between them, really, is there? Considering that's an hour and a half around the Schleif, you know. No one's been lapped.
That's 8 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
there is
Yeah,
a
but-
speed difference between a lot of the drivers, but I mean, even for 1.5 hours, we're not. 8
No, I
minutes
was
behind.
thinking more about crashes and stuff like that, you know, because it's easy to crash and lose 20 seconds, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, but what do you do then, Gabsy?
Look at the front of that car, man. That's been
It's a
through the
bit
wars.
of a mess, isn't it?
Does someone want to grab hold of the Brandon, Rodders and Evil?
Yeah, I'll grab it.
We could actually, because this is the last race of the
Jump up there.
league. We could actually jump up there, could we not?
Do we still get the commentate on the
Or
stream?
could we
though?
drag the
What's-
live stream up there? Are we allowed to do that? Does that
Do you need
work?
to hop in the commentators tab?
Congrats on the championship, Brandon.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well done, brother.
Gents, very good evening to you. It's Tiger. Just a heads up, you're all live. We've dragged in the commentator, the live stream, sorry, into the channel. We thought it was well worthwhile actually having an open forum. We'll speak to the first top three first. Brandon, Rodders, and who else was it? Someone help me.
Evil.
Thanks. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Just been talking about him for the past half hour. So yeah, and this is the last race in the league. We'll talk about that afterwards. But first of all, the floor to Brandon. Fantastic race there. We noticed that your fastest lap was a 7:57. You were really pushing out there, and we watched you in the last 2 laps, and it seems your car was sliding about like it was on roller skates. Were you running a really low wing, and were your tyres really affected in that last part of the race?
Yeah, well, I was running extremely low wing, but definitely in those last 2 laps, the tyres were going right off. I was dropping maybe a second or 2, maybe even 3 a lap compared to my fastest time. So yeah, tyres were going off.
Yeah, really fantastic racing, and a great pace that you had. Over to so very many congratulations. And I think at the end of the stream, I think by which time Rodders would have worked out the scores on the doors. So we'll leave the last word to Rodders to announce that, I'm sure. But over to Evil. I was talking to the commentators, and we were glued to the battle between you and Rodders.
It was great.
Absolutely fantastic racing there. Opening up to the other commentators, any questions you'd like to ask Evil? I mean, I could go all night with him. So over to you guys.
You'd need some lube first if you could go and do an all-nighter.
I was just about to say something like that, yeah. There was a couple of instances I noticed that Rodders was trying to get your inside or your outside, and you were not, shall we say, blocking, but you defended your line perfect.
Yeah, it was good fun. At first, I didn't even realise I was there because I had a long pit stop because I had damage on. I ended up being nearly a minute in the pits. And I thought I had quite a large gap because I could hear a few incidents going on, including Rodders. And the next thing you know, I see like Rodders 0.5. I'm thinking, where the shit did you come from? But I've raced with him on that track loads of times before, so it always seems to be right at that last spot as well. We always have tight battles, but yeah, had to block him because that BMW is a beast on the corners.
Yeah,
what
for
about
sure.
the overtake attempt there at the back straight where you were side by side and he was in front of you and you dropped behind, you caught the draft and you got the inside of the turn? That was a great battle.
Yeah, it was good fun to drive as well, that's for sure.
Yeah, very much so. Hats off to the pair of you. I mean, at one point, Rodders, we thought that you couldn't even slide a fly between his rear bumper and your front bumper. You really kept the pressure on him for quite a long time around there, approximately about 2 laps, I think it was. Did you feel that you could go faster, or was the fact of the matter was that Mr. Evil was just driving fantastically well and defended all the right places?
I think overall our pace over a lap was almost identical. I seemed to be a bit quicker in the first section and second, maybe middle, but when I needed it in the last section to keep up with him, Evil tended to pull away a bit, so I couldn't get in his toe. So I just had to be patient. You know, that side by side, I thought I could take this, but I'm just going to be patient, And I was just having such a good fight. It was just such great fun. I'm kind of wasn't even thinking about, beating the Evil so much, just having a cracking race with him, which we did. So it was great.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, open to my fellow commentators for any comments there on.
I was just going to say on that where we picked it up on the stream, you came out of the ring part onto the main Schleif, and on the corner that you came out the left, I couldn't have put my finger between the back of your car, the front of your car, and the back of Evil's car. It was that close.
Yeah, Evil and I have raced together a lot, so that kind of shows you the advantage of that. You've got a confidence in what the other guy's capable of and what he might or might not do. So yeah, that's just a testament to knowing the drivers.
Yeah, you have a history of that as well, don't you?
Decent net code as well. Imagine that had been Project Cars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you know what? Hats off, very well done to the pair of you, Evil and Rodders. Fantastic racing there, and of course, 2nd and 3rd place respectively. I think, before we hand over to Rodders for any final thoughts on the league or upcoming events or whatever, I think we've got to give, have we not? Have we got to give Rigel and Speed some airtime here? Rigel, all of our hats are off. Fantastic racing there. When you've got someone like It behind you, as he's commonly referred to nowadays, it's just It. When you've got him behind you, you really got to be on your A game, haven't you?
Yeah, too right. I think I saw him go off at I think it's Hatzenbach. It's the bump at the top of the hill after the first long straight. He went off and obviously got a bit of aero damage. I don't know whether he managed to fix that, but obviously he was catching me up for quite a while. And then he caught me, and I just managed to defend. That corner onto the old Nordschleife, he had a little nibble up there, but I managed to pull it in a little bit and kept him out. I was a bit gutted to have just left enough room on the inside, it's effectively the outside, coming down the last straight, and he got a look in. I could see he was backing off before that to get a good run onto that straight. It's just annoying because the next lap was the last lap, and I'm fairly confident I could have kept him behind me.
Yeah, and another stunning race. We were watching that. Same with Evil and Rodders. It was like stunning race.
You shut the door on him, Raj. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, shut that door.
I know what he's like, and I know where he's likely to stick his nose in, so I know which door to shut.
Yeah,
he had a few sniffs.
Yeah, indeed he did. Yeah, and some words to it. It was very clear that you were having a couple of problems getting past Rigel. It wasn't for the fact that he was making himself. It wasn't because he was making himself wide. It was because he was driving very, very well. When you did eventually get past him, were you content with the position you were in, or were you still really trying to push to see whether you could climb up and be on Rodders' tail?
Yeah, first of all, I'd say congrats to the top three. They drove an outstanding race. Brandon's done an outstanding championship and taken the victory. So I congratulate him. Yeah, the race for me, I kind of fluffed it up when I done a naughty move on Banksy, which then led me to get some aero damage and I think caused Sam and others to spin and crash. But then it was just a fight back, and once I caught up to Ryder, I knew he wasn't going to catch Evil and Rodders. They just had that bit of pace to get out of his reach. I just kept just once I got fourth, it was just all about consolidating fourth place and taking the humble pie as such.
Well, very well done, and
it was fantastic racing anyway, nonetheless.
For sure. Yeah. Two other things on this sort of agenda before we hand over to Rodders, and I think we've got to, have we not, fellow commentators, give Sam some air time in that brick that he's chucking around the Nordschleife like it's a cart. Quite outstanding driving by you, Sam, and we're all in awe on how quick you are in that Bentley. Very well done.
Yeah, man of the race for me in that Bentley.
Sorry?
Yeah, and moving on swiftly.
Thank you again.
My gear stopped working, that's why I dropped back and everyone caught up with.
Yeah, somebody dinged me at the start because I got damage and I had to. Well, it fixed it. I forgot I had that damage on. But do you know who that was that smacked me up the backside at the start? Anyone?
No. We shall see in the replay. I suppose.
Maybe Gabsy. He did say he had a shit start.
I reckon I could have stuck with you, Evil, after that if my gears didn't do what they were doing. I was staying with.
What was it? I forget. What is it? They just stopped working.
Connection between the steering wheel and the hub. Just long enough.
No.
Just long enough for Dove to pass me, and then everyone else caught me up. And then obviously, what happened between me and Speed? I lost about 4 places there.
Yeah, because you were second. I was saying you're going to be. I was surprised you could drive with the steam in the cockpit after losing second place down to what was it? You finished in 7th. Yeah, it was fair play, man. You didn't give up, and you stuck at it, and you got a respectable 7th place in that kind of, atmosphere of driving.
Yeah, actually, shout out to everyone that made the race and completed it. There was a few late-minute call-offs. I think people were a bit daunted by it, which was a shame. I was trying to encourage them just to race, maybe start back, which people could choose to do.
90-minute stint around Nordschleife is not for the faint-hearted. That's hard work, and that's a lot of concentration required. And you know what, Banksy, irrelevant of the problem that you had there, we stayed with you for quite a while. You were fast, you were on pace, and at one point your fastest lap, if I remember rightly, was an 8:06. Interesting enough for you, for the rest of you, Brandon's fastest was a 7:57. Speed's was a 7:59. Everybody was really going very well. So it's a shame that happened to you, Banksy, but as Cos said, respectable 7th, so fair play. Listen, we're going to close the stream down shortly, but before we do, we'll hand over to Rodders, and I'm sure we'll have a sort of club chat afterwards. But I just want to say on behalf of the commentators, fantastic racing by everybody, and very well done for the whole of the league. And of course, we all look forward to the next league and whatever that may be. So very well done.
Yeah,
Final thoughts from anyone, commentators?
Porsche shit.
Yeah. Heck.
I hope it's getting a buff before the next league.
Yeah, better not.
It is.
I just want to say thanks to everyone that took part. It's one thing organising it, but if people don't race, then we don't have anything. So a shout out to everyone that raced, stuck with it. It's the people that make the league. So thanks to everyone that raced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Are we in a position to announce the final standings of the whole?
Right, the final scoring is a bit complicated. I've been trying to do it as you speak, but I'm not quite there yet. I think we can safely say Brandon's taking the championship. Speed had to either beat him or even just be one place behind if Brandon wasn't in first to draw. So I think safely say Brandon's won that. I'm pretty sure Speed will be second, and myself third and Rigel fourth. But beyond that, I don't want to speculate. So say big congratulations to Brandon, and commiserations to Speed. It all came down to that final race, which was great.
Virtual clap for Brandon, for Speed, and for Rod as well done, everyone.
Yeah, well done, Brandon.
Thank you, guys.
Fair play. Well done.
League on there.
And for the sake of the stream, we'll post up the final results of the league in the comments or as a post. But for now, that's all of this league. Look out for the next league. We'll post details on our Discord channel, or even as the final on YouTube, as I call it. So without further ado, thanks very much, and join us next time. Take care now. Bye bye.